Hey everybody, welcome to the Rise or Die podcast with Stephen M. Lowisz, episode 36, Say Yes Before How. So I have a blessing and a curse, which is the fact that if something sounds interesting or like, man, that'd be a really cool goal to reach, or in my vocab, it's target, not goal. We've talked about that. But it's a blessing and a curse. For example, let me give you a negative example. I did an adventure race this past summer, summer of 2017, fall of 2017. Okay. An adventure race, for those of you guys that don't know, there's no path. Basically, they give you like 50 checkpoints. I forget how many there were on this one. I think there was roughly 50. And you have to go find your own way. So it's a lot of mountain biking, a lot of hiking through the woods with no trail. Like, it's very difficult. Half of the battle isn't just running to the checkpoints. It's knowing, okay, I'm actually on the right course, because if you miss it, you could end up in the middle of the Michigan state forest, which good luck with that. Okay, so I did this. I signed up for this race because I thought it sounded pretty cool, and I'd love to do it again. Here's the thing. I can read a compass, but not very well. Meaning, when they sat down and they gave us the maps that we were to use for this 8-hour-long adventure race, they were all at different scales and of different parts of the map, of a overall map. I was confused as hell. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what I was getting into. So being a smart alecky, the smart aleck that I am, as I go off from the start line, and I look back at my wife from my bike and say, tally ho, don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, it was retarded that I was doing this without really knowing how to read a map or a compass. I mean, I could in a very limited sense. So I get through this race and I have like 10 seconds left, if that, past the 8-hour limit. For every minute that you come in past 8 hours, they actually dock you an entire checkpoint. So I barely finished. It was horrible. But the moral of the story is I said yes before how. Here's the thing. If I thought about how I was going to do it beforehand, I may not have done it. I said yes, and I figured it out. Okay, let me give you a little bit more practical example. One of my clients is using me as a PR media specialist. Basically, they're a PR firm with cryptocurrency, and they're working with their cryptocurrency clients to get them into big publications like CNN Money, Fox Business, Reuters, a little bit of everything, both large and small publications. My response to them, because I'm not going to lie, was, guys, I do not have contacts at Fox Business, but if anyone can figure this shit out, it would be me. So now I'm figuring it out. See, in selling, and this applies to everything, in selling, we're taught under promise, over deliver. Yeah, that doesn't work. Not if you really want big results. It works if you want mediocre results, I'll give you that. It works if you want a little bit of stability, I'll give you that. But there's an entirely new world when you just start to say yes. And I'm not saying overcommit yourself and lie and say that you can do something that you can't. What I'm saying is pick a lofty goal, commit to it, and then figure out the how. Because if you're committed enough, that how becomes possible. If you're not committed to doing the event or the idea or the business venture, what have you, if you're not committed before you look at the how, you're never going to do it. How am I going to get out of debt this year? I have no freaking clue. I literally have no freaking clue, but I'm committed to getting out of $100,000 worth of debt in the next 12 months. No idea how I'm going to do it. What I can tell you is it would not be possible if I wasn't so committed. It wouldn't be possible to have the marriage that I do now compared to what I did have if I wasn't ruthlessly committed. A year ago, little over a year ago, let's call it 18 months ago, I was miserable. I thought marriage was meant to be miserable. I thought it was one of the shittiest decisions I ever could have made. If I looked at the how am I going to get a kick butt marriage back then, I would have laughed and said it's just not possible. But I was committed to a kick-ass marriage. So step by step, I worked my way out. I figured it out. I navigated it. It's not like my marriage is a 10, but it went from like a 1 to like a 9. Always say yes. Commit to something before you figure out the how, or you're never going to accomplish anything. Where across body, being, balance, and business do you need to commit? Do you need to say yes? Where are you intimidated by the how, thinking, man, that ain't possible? But then commit to it, say yes, and then figure it out. Don't start the action plan till you know the goal, the target. That's what I'll leave you with as we wrap up episode 36. As always, do someone a favor, share this podcast with someone that needs a little kick in the ass, someone that you want more for out of their life. Second, subscribe to some of our exclusive content by putting in your email at riseordiepodcast.com. I will talk to you tomorrow for episode 37.